if an agency was trying to knock down your door and attempting to win business from you, what advice would you give them?
Yeah, look, I don't think there's really any magic to it. I do think understanding the business and the challenges the business have, I do think is important. We're at a different stage than we were 2 years ago, and we'll be 2 years from now. And so, understanding that, I would say also showing subject matter expertise
Yeah,
is important. It doesn't mean that you have to be like we just do retail, right? But we are trying to influence both on the B2B side retailers and on the
definitely.
B2C side somebody who's shopping in a store. And so having some understanding of that, figuring out how to do like a really fun and creative digital strategy is great. But for us right now, because we're only in a limited number of stores, it's not really as productive as being really good at creating signage in the store
Sure.
that's going to grab attention. And so I think understanding where you're strong, where you have an expertise, and how that matches up, I think is important. No one wants to waste time. I certainly don't want to sit in a pitch that tells me all about the kind of cool creative we're going to do when I say that's great, but really the retailer is owning that. I need
Yeah.
more of this sort of stuff. And so that to me is probably the main thing. I think to the extent you can be flexible in terms of, again, can we have a model that if I need to push hard, I can add resources, but if we're in a period when we're not as aggressive, maybe we can scale back. Again, that's a little more of a startup thing. If you're a Kroger, you've got pretty much a run rate. If you're a startup, it's a little more, there's a little more wave to it, right? Because you have a big thing coming up, I have a big launch, I'm ramping, and then maybe there's a little period when you're not as aggressive. And if you can figure out a ways to marry that up,
Yeah.
that's certainly something that'll be helpful from a agency selection.